All right, y'all, we're dumping. And while we wait for people to get in, let's just talk about the local stuff that we got going on here. Um, Obviously, we've got this 618. Oh, man. I'm not looking to long it right now because we just don't have any bullish divergences. Oh, wait, we do. We do have a bullish div right here on the 1 minute for Bitcoin. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Pretty cool. Those fib levels and bullish divs don't lie. They do not lie. Got a big old green dot on the 6 minute as well. It's always best if we're looking to take a scalp that we make sure that not only do we see the divs on the 1 minute, but we see them also on a higher time frame. But that's pretty crazy. That nice move there. Let's take a look at Ethereum. I was really hoping Ethereum was going to come down to this 618. Simply because it would have looked nice if we did get the divergences coming down to that 618. Maybe we will. If we get this big old BitBoy dot here on the 6 minute, we come down lower and we come up a little here, print like that, then I would look to take that ETH trade off the 618. Right now, it doesn't really look like we're coming off of any level. But Bitcoin's looking not so bad. Bitcoin's looking not so bad. Yeah, so for Ethereum, let's go to the 1 hour time frame real quick. Let's just look at this local stuff here going on. I just posted this in the Discord. So basically what we've got going on right now for Ethereum is, at least what I'm seeing, is we've got some really, really good support right down here. Right down here. Because we have a 786, a 382, and a local point of control, a high volume node right down here. And, this is obviously the fib pull from yesterday's long bottom that we longed it here from this wick. And if we're going to continue the uptrend, higher highs and higher lows, this would be a really nice place to get a long right here, in my opinion. And also, so would this 618 right here. Would be a nice area to get a little long scalp from. Potentially, this could be a good entry here for Bitcoin as well. If we'll have to see. I like to see more clear divergences before taking a long, because we've got the 4 hour red dot. For Bitcoin, it would be pretty nice if we did come down to that 786 and get a little bullish div, or even if we just lose the local 618 and then come back through it. For ETH, I would really like to see us come down to at least the 618 or to this this local point of control right here. That would be super nice. Of course, the other thing that would be super nice is if we came down and just took out this low like that and got some kind of bullish divergence on like the 1 hour, right? We could have the chickens drinking water if we come down below that wick and then come up. We'll have to see what happens. I guess at the same time, now that I'm looking at this, while we're waiting for people to come in, we do have for Bitcoin hidden bullish divergences where we can see momentum is coming down right here as price making higher. Actually, yeah, I think this could potentially be a good potential long with some volatility. I mean, we've got the hidden bullish div. If we start printing a regular bullish div here, that would be powerful. But at the same time, we did have one on the 1 minute. Actually, yeah, this looks not so bad. Might actually get in a little long here. But I would want it to be a little bit lower leverage because until we start getting the... Let's check out the 4 hour. Yeah, we've got the red dot. Until we start getting the regular bullish divs on that time frame, you got to be careful with the leverage. Otherwise, you could get liquidated. All right, so it's 10:02. It's 10:02. Basically, what I would want to see, we got a hidden bullish divergence. I would want to see regular divergence on the 6 minute. And then I would add to my long position that I am currently in from yesterday. All right, so let's get into this right now. Now that we are here. Let me make sure we're alive in the chat. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, we found some support. Shout out to everyone this is everyone's first live stream. People are asking the difference between a hidden and a regular divergence. Okay, so a hidden divergence is basically this, where price is making a higher low, like this. Price is making a higher low, and momentum is making a lower low. So this is bullish. And what I think we're coming up from here, to be honest with you guys. The reason I think that is because we had a hidden bullish divergence on the 12 minute, and then on the 1 minute, we've got regular bullish divergence. And I think we can come up more from here. But what I would like to see is either another drop or retest, or just get some divergences on the 6 minute, the 3 minute time frame, because we don't really have that here, right? We don't really have the regular bullish div. But looks like we're finding support on the golden pocket here, and it's definitely not a bad time to long if you're using good risk management and you are aware that the hidden divergences usually will experience some volatility. And the best way you're going to get into a trade with a hidden divergence is if you see the hidden divergence and then you mix that with a regular divergence. So what would be really nice, okay, and I'm not telling anybody what to do here, but I'm telling you what I would look for if I wanted to enter into a really high probability, low risk trade, is I would want to see this BitBoy green dot come up and get a red dot and then another green dot. I'd want to see us come up like this, where after we had the hidden divergence, then we now have a regular bullish divergence. That would honestly be the best trade I could see here. But the problem is we're already in the golden pocket. So that makes it a little bit problematic, because usually we want to see this happen as we're coming into the golden pocket, and we didn't really see that this time. And we are printing a 4-hour red dot. So just be aware that if you are long right here, yes, it could be a very good trade setup, but at the same time, we could definitely experience some volatility. We've got a 4-hour red dot, and we have not seen a regular bullish divergence in this time into this time frame here. Okay. All right, let's get into it, guys. What I'm going to do in today's stream, like usual, is I'm going to go through, mark all the levels. We're going to come up with our plan for the week / coming weeks / coming days. And what we really want to do is, besides looking at these potential scalp setups, like the trades we were taking yesterday in the Discord, what we want to do is we want to look at potential swing trade setups, and where are the main levels where if we come to that level, we really want to be looking for a trade. Because, the way I like to trade is I like to hedge myself in those long swings, those swing trades that I can hold open. Like right now, I'm long and short on Bitcoin at the same time. I'm long from 34K, from 37K. I am long from, I guess that trade probably got stopped out. Now, where did I long from yesterday? I think we longed from right here. So that trade's not stopped out yet. But so I'm very much so long right now. I'm very much so short right now. I'm not in a rush to get into a trade. But the goal, at least my goal, is always to get myself in those really good trade setups, those swing trades, so that I'm hedged very nicely. And then if I feel no pressure to get into a scalp. If I'm already long and short right now and both trades are in profit, why would I then be rushing to get into a trade if I'm not 100% confident in that trade setup? And so what we want to do is we want to come up with levels where we can actually be 100% confident. So I'm going to turn off everything, turn off Market Cipher, and I'm going to start on the weekly time frame. And what we're going to do is we're just going to mark weekly levels, we're going to mark daily levels, and see if we can come up with a good setup. Now, just so everyone knows, this level right here could become a weekly. We're very fresh into the week. We're the first day in. But people are asking, how do we get the weekly levels? How do we get the daily levels? What you're going to do is you're going to come to the chart and you're going to look where you find at least 2 candles that have both tried to wick up past a certain area, but the bodies have been unable to. Okay? The bodies have been unable to. That's important, because what this means is for 2 weeks in a row, we tried to come above 47.25 and we're unable to. Now, of course, you would only mark this level after this weekly candle has closed. So this would be a weekly level up here, because we see that we have 2 candle bodies both tried to wick up and we're unable to 2 weeks in a row. Okay, so my weekly levels that I have right now on the chart are these, and these will be available to import into your own TradingView chart. But we can see we have one right up here at 60,010 and 50 cents. We can see we have one right here at 58,314. We've got one right down here at 49,026. I have one still right here at 45K, give or take 45.2. The reason I still have this one on my chart, even though we've bounced off it once, rejected off it once, is because it still seems to be respected, and so I just have it on my chart. I wouldn't necessarily be looking for a major bounce off of this level unless you find some confluence with it, but I'm still going to keep it on my chart. We've got this weekly right here at 39,045 right here. We can see we actually did kind of get a little bounce off of here on the weekly time frame. Then we have 31,711, and we've got down here 19,164. Those are the weekly levels that I am looking at. And yeah, let's real quick come back and just take a look here at what's happening. Are we going to see, do we see any kind of bearish divergence forming? That's what I want to look for. I'm sorry, bullish divergence. Do we see any kind of bullish divergence forming right now? Not right now, not on the 6 minute. Potentially on the 3 minute, guys. Potentially on the 3 minute. So, you know, what on the 1 minute, we've definitely got them forming on the 1 minute. So if you see this happening, if you see bullish divergences forming, then you would want to wait for, you know, us to come down to a significant level before you look to get into a long. You want to see us come to a significant level, maybe the 786. And ideally, the best trades are always going to be, sorry about that. Best trades are always going to be when things are lining up, when the higher time frames and the lower time frames line up. Okay, enough of this. Back to the weekly time frame. So these are the weekly levels, guys. You'll be able to import these into your chart after I'm done. Let's do the daily levels now. The daily, we're going to do the same thing that we did on the weekly, except now we're going to use the daily candles. Okay, so I've got right here, I've got 63,557 because of these candles right here. I've got 59,009. I've got 56,742. I've got 49,887. Then this newest daily right here that we rejected off of last night, 47,888. We've got this support right down here at about 43,792. We've got 40.5K. We've got 39,276. Then this support down here at 38,230. Then of course we've got this. Actually, this one needs to be a little bit. Now that I'm looking at it, let me unlock it and just drag it down just a little bit so that it's on those candle bodies. So this one is more so, I would say 38,190. Going to change that, 38,190. And then we've got 29,756, 26,202 from back here in December. And then we have 22,710 from back here also in December. So those are the dailies. Again, these will be available to import into your charts, but if you just want to screenshot this real quick, you can go ahead and do that there. And for the weeklies, if you want to go ahead and screenshot these, you can go ahead and do that there. And then what we want to do is we want to take a look at volume. We want to take a look at volume. And there's going to be a few different areas of volume that we're going to analyze here, because the way I'm kind of looking at this Bitcoin chart, a lot of people see this as a giant head and shoulders, right? Like this, where we've got the, a few people are looking at it like this, the shoulder, the head, and then the shoulder, and then we break down, right? Potentially people are looking at it that way, but I'm kind of looking at it like this. I'm looking at it like we had the range here in January, and then we had the range up here in, I guess technically we could move this thing up just a hair between like 50K and yeah, kind of like between 48K and 60K. So we had a range down here, we had a range up here, and then right now we're kind of like in no man's land. We're in no man's land because really one Elon Musk tweet took us up into this high range. I call it the Elon range. And right now, we don't really have much resistance above us, and the next resistance we have will take us into that Elon range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to analyze the volume from this lower range right here. Then we're going to analyze the volume during this uptrend that's taking us out of the range. And then we're going to analyze the volume from this range right here, because this older range will give us levels of support and resistance in the event that we do come through here. Okay? So let me show you how I'm going to do that. First, what we're going to do is we're going to pull a fixed range indicator in the uptrend, okay? In the uptrend. So what I'm going to do, if we go to the 4 hour and zoom in here, is I've pulled a fixed range from down here to all the way where we're currently at right now. I did it earlier this morning. Let me just make sure that everything's still the same there. Okay, we have a few slight differences. Okay, so Yes, we have a few slight differences. What this is doing is now this is giving us a value area of Bitcoin during the uptrend. During this whole uptrend from the low, we can say that the fair value of Bitcoin has been between the value area low down here at 36885 and the value area high up here, which is coming in at about, let me unlock it and zoom in and see right where that is, which will be a level of support. Right about 45979, okay? 45979. 79. Okay. Okie doke. And our point of control is right here at about 39682. I'm sorry, actually 39741. Now this point of control, I need to point out, is a very important level. Because not only is it the point of control, it's also the value area high of the old range. It's also a high volume node. It's also a 382 fib level and a 786 fib level. This 39.7-ish area is an extremely important level of support, and we're going to talk about this more later. But these are the volume levels for the uptrend that I think are most significant. We have a value area high right here. We have a little spike in volume right here. We have our point of control right here, and then we have our value area low down here. So the way I got these was literally just from pulling a fixed range. You can find that right here under the long position projection tools, fixed range volume profile. And okay, that's the uptrend volume. Let's take a look at the volume from the old range that we were trading in. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here. And we can see that we've got the, okay, we've got our value area high coming in at about, let me unlock this here. It's a little bit lower than what I have right now. Coming in at about 39,436. And we have our point of control at 34,136 and our value area low at 32,304. And so if we put on back to the uptrend volume, we can see that there's a lot of confluence right in this general area, right? 39.7 to 39.4-ish area. We have a huge spike in volume right here. It's the value area high of the old range. It's the point of control of our current uptrend. There's a lot of confluence right here. And we're going to talk more about that a little bit later. But then there's the Elon Musk range. The Elon Musk range, if we go to the daily time frame, is this right here, where I basically pulled the fixed range indicator from this candle. This was the day that Elon Musk announced that Tesla would be taking Bitcoin, and I pulled it all the way till we lost the value area low of the range, which was actually the breakdown of this like head and shoulders that we had, right? We had this head and shoulders right here, and so I basically pulled it to the time that we lost and retested this head and shoulders. And so here we can see that we have the value area low coming in right about 50K. Right about 50K. We've got the point of control coming in right about 57895, and then we have the value area high at 61069. So altogether, all the volume levels that I have are here on the chart. There's a lot of overlap, you can see. If you want to try and screenshot them all, you can, but you can also import them into your chart. Keep in mind, guys, these levels, the volume of this Elon Musk range and the old range are pretty much going to stay the same for now. As we continue to print more price action on this uptrend, these levels will have to change. You will have to update them on your own by dragging the fixed range to the current candle, okay? So those are the volume areas. The most significant level for me right now of support is right down here between 39.4 and 39.7. The most significant area of resistance is right here between 49K and 50K. just real quick, guys, I do want to just point out the fact that if we pull out our fib from this swing high to this swing low right here, we can see that we do in fact have kind of some confluence with this golden pocket. If we pull out from this swing high right here, you can see that we also do have kind of some confluence with this golden pocket. This area right here between 49K and 50K is another zone of resistance we need to just be aware of, right? Because if we come above this golden pocket, this is the one I've been posting in the Discord a lot, right? If we come back up but anywhere between, we've got the weekly, right? We've got so much confluence right at this 0.65 level. We've got the 0.65, we've got the weekly, we've got the global value area the global value area high, all in this general area. But then we also do have just a level up here that we could look at as potentially even a daily level and a value area low, right? We have a daily level coming in right at about, where is that? Right here. We've got a daily level right here. So all I'm trying to do, guys, is I'm trying to point out that we have a lot of confluence. We have a lot of resistance above us right in this general zone right here. And then again, right in this general zone right here. So if we're looking for a short off of here and we blast right through here without really printing the divergences, just keep your eyes on this next higher level right here. Okay? We're going to get into that more later when we're going to do potential trade setups. But those are the volume levels. Let me close off now the weeklies and the dailies. Let me close off these volumes. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, bam. And yeah, so let's just talk about now where we think price could potentially go. We're on the daily time frame. We just printed a bearish divergence on Market Cipher B that has confirmed. Okay, we printed a bearish divergence on Market Cipher B. As we printed this high, okay, we came up and made a higher high. Momentum made a lower high on the daily time frame. Okay, and we can see that ever since that happened, we've been unable now to put in a higher high, right? Last night, we put in a lower high and rejected once again off that 618. If we come to the 12-hour time frame, we can see that we put a bearish divergence on the 12-hour time frame. And now momentum is still coming down. We've got the VWAP coming down. The only thing that's coming up is money flow, guys, on the 12-hour. The 6-hour, on the 6-hour, we can see money flow looking like it's coming down. Momentum's coming down. It looks like we need to consolidate or cool off a little bit before we have a higher move to the upside. Okay, because we did come into a golden pocket. It is a significant golden pocket, guys. It is significant because we pulled it from a very significant high, which is right here, to the low, right? So it's no surprise that we're finding some resistance here. So what we need to do is we need to determine if we're going to come down from here, what would be a really nice place to enter a long position, a more of a swing long position. I'm not talking about scalps here. I'm talking about swing trades. Well, given all the levels that we have just pulled here, where we have the uptrend volume, and the regular volume, we have the weekly levels, we have the daily levels. What we want to do is we want to try and find some confluence. We want to try and find some confluence of, where would be a really nice level if price did come down to try and get a long trade from. Well, let's pull out some fibs and try and determine that, okay? Because what we want to really do when we're pulling the fib is we want to find confluence with other areas so that there's a lot of things pointing to one area saying this is the trade that you want to take. If we pull our fib from this swing low to this swing high, we can see that we do have a golden pocket coming in right down here. We can also see that we do have a 382 level coming in right here. Okay, so I'm going to just keep this fib on for now. And let's pull another fib from even the lower low to the high. Okay. Now we can see that we have some real nice confluence right in this zone right here, right around I would say right around 41.1K, we've got a key fib level, right? Because there is a golden pocket here and a 382, okay? Then I want to also mark this fib level right here. This 786 is 39.5K, 0.5K, because this is a 786. The reason why I want to mark this level is because remember what we have going on around here. We've got our point of control from the whole uptrend coming in right around that 786. And then we've also got the volume on the 19th of May, the value area high, coming in right around that 786 level right there. Okay? So I would say below us, the three juiciest areas to potentially get a long trade in, I'm talking swing trades now, is either here, here, or here. The reason is because all three of these levels have lots of confluence. We've got a high volume node mixed with a 382 level coming in right about 44K. We also do have a daily level right here. If we put on our dailies, we've got a daily level right down here at about 33.8. So between 33.8 and 44K, this would be my first level to really look for if we're going to come down more, okay? Remember, all we're doing right now is we're coming up with a plan saying, I don't know what price is going to do. But if we do have a significant retracement from here, where am I going to keep my eyes open for a really juicy long, the kind that I can get into and hold for like a week or 2 or 3, right? A long time. Because, you know, I've been long on Bitcoin from down here at the retest of this point of control, and then I entered another long on Bitcoin right here, right? The retest of this level, and so I entered long after we got this dump right here, after we got this retracement. So if we're going to get another retracement, we want to ask ourselves where would be the juiciest longs, right? That's what our goal is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mark these levels. We got the key fib level there. We've got, these are 2 key levels, and then I'm going to go ahead and mark another key level right about here, right about 43.8. I'll mark it like right in the middle, just on average, 43.9. Hang on. 43.9. This is going to be key level 43.9. Let me just say what it is. It's a 382 daily, and that's coming in at 43.9. Okay, so now I can remove all this stuff here, and these levels will be available in the Discord after this is done. But now we've got some key levels to really look for longs off of. And really, these are the 3 levels that I would look for juicy long swing trades off of. Number 1 would be this level right here, around 43.9. Keep in mind, it's a general region, right? It's a general region. If you see that we're coming down to that region and we're getting the bullish divergences on the higher time frames, you know, you can enter a trade. If you can get a sniper entry on a lower time frame, go for it. But if you just see something like what we saw earlier this week, last week I should say, where we took this long right here, you know, I entered it lower leverage because we got the hidden divergence as we're coming down to a level. It's actually a very similar level, right? We could come down to it. In fact, let me see something here. Right. Did we already? Yeah, look at that. We already touched that daily to the exact dollar. Okay, so yes, I still think this is a good level to take a long. However, yeah, I still do think this is a good level to take a long. This is a good support to take a long. There's a lot of confluence right here. This used to be a golden pocket, right, that we longed off of. Now it's the 382 of a bigger move. And so I would say that if we were going to long here, a few things. Either we come down to the 382 and put in a higher low, okay? These are two scenarios if we wanted to long this. The first scenario is we come down right to the 382 and put in a higher low and get a bounce, right? In other words, we come down right to the 382. We don't come down as low as we did back here. We see the bullish divergences forming as we come to the 382, and that's where we look to enter the long. And of course, if I see this happening, guys, I'm going to be posting it in the Discord and the potential trade setups. But the second option would be we come down below that last low, take out the liquidity here, and then get the chickens drinking water. Those would be the two ways I would look to long this level. Either a higher low with the bullish divergence, or a lower low, we wick down, FOMO, giant red candle, and then chickens drinking water. Okay, so this is a potential long right here that, let me just real quick, just on average, guys, this is what we'd be looking to do. On average, we'd be waiting for price to come down to here, right, and come down to this general region, and then we would long from that general region, and really we would want to set our take profits along the way up. The first take profit to me would be right about here, and let me just write the text in. So long from 43.7, about 43.7. Entry, we either want one higher low off the 382, or we want lower low, or we want to dip below the daily, dip below 43.792 with the chickens drinking water. Okay, and then our take profits would be, I know this is a little bit more complex, guys, but there's just different possibilities that we need to be prepared for here. So my first take profit would be right here at this wick at 45,420. My second take profit would be up here at this wick. My first take profit would be 44.8. And then take profit 3 would be the daily at 47,888. Then you just let it ride with the portion of the position open. Okay, this is a potential long setup right here. Let me put it in a folder so that you can actually import this into your chart. Long 1 from 43.7. These are key levels. Let me make a folder called key levels. Okay, go ahead and lock that. Go ahead and turn that off. Boom. So you guys will be able to now And when you import these levels from the Discord, you'll just be able to turn this on and off on your own chart to kind of get the general plan, right? Okay, so the next area that I'm really looking is down here. Okay, this is a 41.1. This general zone here would be another area I would definitely look for a long off of. Right down here. And really the reason again that we have that level is because we pulled a few fibs. We got this fib from here to here. Yes, it's the 382 retracement right there. And then where else did we pull a fib from? Pull one from here to the all-time high. Yeah, so it's a golden pocket and it's a 382, right? This is a key fib level. So let's just remember it. Golden pocket 382. And so really what we're going to be looking for, if this is the 4-hour time frame, you know, if we do dump from here, what we want to see is we want to see us come down to this level. We want to see the 4-hour giving us like a nice low wave right here, which would actually give us a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, right? The wave could come all the way down, you know, to here. We could have the bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, guys, which is nice. And then we get the bounce off of there. We want to see bullish divergences across multiple time frames, but if we see one on the 4-hour as we're coming to this key fib level right here, that would be a really nice long in my mind. So the way I would set that thing up is like this. Put the stop loss below that last swing low, and you know, let's real quick just turn on some other key levels. Yeah, we don't have much in there besides the key levels that we've already got. So I would take profit 1 right here for this swing trade. I would take profit 1 at 42,279. I would TP2 at this key level. I would TP3 right here at 45.3. And the reason the way I'm getting these TP levels is I'm literally just looking at areas of resistance, right? So I see we're getting a bounce off this level. Where's the next place we're going to run into resistance? Well, we have this zone right here where we've got these wicks, and then we've got this wick. And instead of going for the highest possible point, I'm going a little bit lower. I'm front running a little bit. If I'm going to set a limit order and I want to make sure I'm going to win the trade, I'm going to front run it a little bit to make sure that my order gets filled, right? Before we even get to the lowest wick, I want to make sure my order gets filled. And then why here? Because there's a lot of confluence here. Why here? Because we see that we have resistance, support. Resistance wicked up right there, support right there. And then just let the rest ride, take out little chunks on the way up. That's kind of how I do it. So I'm going to remove this here, remove that there. But really, what we want to see is bullish divs, and I'm gonna make this clear. We want to see long from 41.1 entry. Bullish divs on high and low time frames. This is important, okay? The 2 to 4 hours, we want to see at least on the 2 hour. We want to see it on the 12 to 24 minute also, okay? Preferably on the, and of course, we will see them on the lower time frames. If they're on the 2 to 4 and the 12 to 24, we will also see them on the lower time frames as well, okay? And then yes, so the TP1 is 42279. TP2 would be 43913, and then TP3 would be 45392. Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and put this in a folder, long from 41.1. Boom. And then all this stuff you'll be able to import all this, and you'll be able to actually turn it on and off on your own chart simply by clicking the little eye. Doot, 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 doot. Boop, 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 boop. All right, and then the last place that we're really looking to take along is this 39.5-ish to 39.7-ish area. This is actually a long that we already went over last week, long from right about here. You know, it was a very nice setup last week, and I think it's still a nice setup this week. The only difference is we have slightly different fib levels. So let's just adjust this a little bit. Adjust it a little bit. Let's remove these fibs, and let's remove these horizontal lines as well. And yeah, so basically, remember, it's a zone because we've got the uptrend volume, and then we've got the value area high. So really anywhere between 39.4 and 39.7, I would say. 39.4 as we come to the 39.4 to 39.7 region. I don't even know how to spell region. Is that right? Is this? Yeah, I think that's right. I was never good at spelling stuff, guys. I was never good at spelling stuff. I was always good at talking, but never good at spelling. So, yeah, we want to see bullish divergences as we come to that region. And this might, because this would actually be a really, really nice swing trade, because, let me unlock this just a tad and drag it down. 39. Yeah, you know, anywhere. Yeah, here's really what we would want to do. I would say if the price comes lower than like 38.8, then like forget it. But the reason why this is such a good trade is because there's so much confluence here. We have the point of control, we have the value area high, we have a 786 fib level. So as we come down to maybe 39.5, right? That's the average, right? The 39.5 is the average. So we'll say we come down to 39.5. When we see that we're getting a bounce, that's where we enter. Now, what do we want to look for as we're coming down to that area? As we're coming down, we want to see that the bullish divergences are forming. And it might be one of those trades where, hang on guys, I got to clear my throat. Sorry. Could be one of those things where we see as we're coming down to that area that we are getting like hidden bullish divergences or regular bullish divergences. If you want to find the perfect entry, all the time frames need to line up together. Okay? So as we come to that region, all time frames need to be bullish on Market Cipher. That's very important. All the time frames need to be bullish on Market Cipher. Because if they're not, then we can't be confident in the entry. What is going on right here? I have two texts. There we go. So our take profit 1 for this thing would be, I would make it 41.1. Take profit 2 would be 43.8. And then take profit 3 would be, let's see, where's our key levels from last week? Yeah, 48.9, which would be right into the golden pocket again. We'll make it 48.8. Actually, we'll make it 48K. And then we just let it ride, okay? This would obviously be the juiciest trade. It would be a more difficult trade to enter simply because it's not a level as much as it is a region. And so really, if we're coming down to this region and you see the bullish divergences, you can enter the trade low leverage. And just understand that, you know, if we see the bullish divergences, there's a very high probability that we're going to come up. So if you're using good risk management, maybe ladder in, right, as we're coming down, you see the bullish divergences, maybe set limit orders in this general zone. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. So this is still now this long position here. Okay, so we've got our longs. Those are the 3 longs I would say are potential. Okay, now let's talk about shorts. Let's talk about shorts. These are key levels from August 16th. And remember, guys, what I do when I'm setting alerts for these, right? Where did that brush come from? When I'm setting alerts, I'm not having my alert go off here. I'm having an alert right here, okay? In fact, I'm even going to set it right now on my chart. Bitcoin coming to key level. I'm getting the alert before we get there, so I can get into the chart and see it before it happens, right? Again, I'll put one right here. Bitcoin coming to key level. Uh, 41.1 level. Once per bar. And I just drag these into a folder called alerts. And then what I can do is I can just pop them off my chart. That way I don't have all these stupid alarm things clogging up my chart, right? And the alarm will still go off and the line's not even on the chart, right? So I get an alert, I open up TradingView, all I see are my key levels here, right? I'll get an alert, price is down here, right? Price is right here. I get an alert, I open up TradingView, I'm like, aha, we're about to hit a key level. I have time to go look at Market Cipher and say, okay, are we getting bullish divergences? What's going on here? If we are, I have time to go and set limit orders down here. And if not, then I do nothing. So that's how I'm doing it. All right, so let's talk about shorts here. And we're going to refresh the old screen. And really, guys, you know, the key levels that I've been posting in the Discord. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. The key levels I've been posting in the Discord, these are pretty much still the same key levels that I'm looking for shorts off of. Okay? They're pretty much still the same key levels that I'm looking for shorts off of. Let's add a few more in here. There's really not a lot of resistance above us, guys. As we can see, this 49K-ish region is a very important area because if we just go ahead and put on our dailies, you know, we see that we've got a daily right around there. If we go ahead and put on our weeklies, we've got literally a weekly right there, that 49K region, right? We've got a weekly right there. And of course, the old Fibonacci from this high to the low, we've got our 0.65 fib retracement resistance right there as well. So I'm still looking to take a short off of here. I don't really, here's the thing, because we already rejected off of this 618, okay, we might not get as much of a dip from there, but here's what could happen. If we come down and get a bounce off of one of, you know, these low levels, then we come up here, then we might get a nice little retracement off of there if we're going to continue in the uptrend, right? I'm still looking at this 48.9 region for a short. I think it's a key level that we need to look at that for a short, right? So what do we want to see? We want to see us get up to that level with bearish divergences. Come up to this level with the bearish divergences. And, you know, so really, we're going to have to see something now like this still on the 4-hour time frame. Or, yeah, something like that. It doesn't have to even have the div on the 4-hour time frame. It could just be on like the 1 hour. If you see something like this, let's take a look at the last short I took. I took this short right here, right? Look at this bearish divergence. I mean, it was literally the most beautiful thing in the world. As we came up to the exact 618, that's where we get this beautiful thing where we've got a momentum wave and then we come down massively, money flow and momentum waves. That's really what we'd want to see as we come back up to that second fib level. We want to see the bearish divergences very clearly on like the 24-minute time frame to the 1 hour time frame. Okay? It's possible. So the way that would kind of be set up is, let me go back to the 4 hour. You know, come up to here, reject. And what we want to see is we'd enter, you know, upon the loss of the level, stop loss above the last swing high. And you know, guys, if you get stopped out of a trade, you know as well as everyone else that if you get stopped out of a trade, but you know it's still a good trade because the divergences, feel free to get back in the trade. I mean, seriously, feel free to get back in the trade. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. Actually, I might actually already have this. I think I already have this set up in the Discord. Let me just check it out here. No, I don't. I don't have it. No, I don't have it. Interesting. All right, well, let's put it in here then, right? What do we got to lose besides all our Bitcoin? So we come up. 0.65 / weekly / global value area high, right around 48.9K ish. All right, entry, bearish divs as we touch the level. Or pierce the level, right? Is that right? I before E except after C. I remember that. And we want to see them again. Bearish divs on 1 hour. I would say on the 12-minute to the 1 hour is what we want to see. And I would treat this scalpier than your average trade. So I would TP1 soon. I would TP1 pretty quick for this. I would TP1 right around, if I really did get this entry like up here, I would TP1 right here at about like 48.2K, right? 48.2K. So yeah, 48.2. TP2 would be, I would say, let TP2 at 46.8. And then TP3, I would put that baby at about 45.4. And then just let it ride, you know, all the way back down to 12K. Why not? All right. Let me just move this text here and make a little folder. Make a little folder from 48.9. Okay. All right, so that's one short right there. That's the first one I take. Let's drill this down to the 1 hour time frame and see what we got going on down here. Hang on. Let's pull out a nice fib. Let's go to the 6 minute. What do we got cooking on the 6 minute? Yeah, you know, guys, it would not be necessarily a bad move if we did, in fact, get some kind of bullish divergence coming down to the 786, right? That could be a nice little scalp. Absolutely. Look at this. Get the red dot right here. Get the green dot right there on the 6 minute. That's not a bad thing. Enter the scalp, right? Let me set an alert right here. Almost at 786. Create the alert, lock the line, move it to the alerts folder. And yeah, we'll take it from there. You know, we'll see how it goes. Let's go down to the 3 minute. 3 minutes, getting some nice divs, right? Getting some nice divs. You know, it could be a nice kind of little scalp right here. Let's take a look. Is the 4 hour still printing a bearish div? I'm sorry, a red dot. Is it? It still is. We have about an hour left on that 4 hour. You know, we could probably get a little kind of scalp off of here. We've got the 5 minute now red dotting. Like a scalp, guys. I'm talking a scalp trade. All right, we're coming down to it. Now look at that, we're getting bounced off my line. See, Jason Casper has the ability to just create support lines. Just kidding, guys, just kidding. Totally just kidding. But yeah, I'd say that if we get that one last drop, let's go to the 1 minute and see what's happening here. Money flow's coming up, we're getting the divergences. You know, we've got the big boy dots, money flow's coming up. You know, if we come down to the 786, I think that could be a really good scalp, don't you guys? I really do. Getting the alert. ETH is almost at the local 618. ETH is coming down too, guys. Look at ETH coming down to the local 618. Okay, potentially we could get a nice trade on ETH, a nice long on ETH there. Right? Look at that bullish dip. No, that's not on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 12 minute here. Yeah, potentially we could get that on the yeah, you know, on the 6-minute, if we come down to that golden pocket right there, we could get a nice scalp for ETH, right? Get a nice scalp for ETH. You know, patience, patience. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You know, we wait for the levels. We wait for the levels. Same with the corn. We wait for the levels, you know? We wait. We wait. That 786 is going to be reactive. You know? Let me just see here. Ethereum. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on down. Come on down. Come on down. We just want you to come down south a little bit more, Bitcoin. That's what we want. You guys think it can happen? What do you think? Let's see. See, we got the bearish, the bullish divergence forming on the 1 minute, on the 3 minute, on the 5 minute. Do we have it on the 12 minute? Kind of, right? Kind of. We can kind of see that there. It's looking a little scalpy. Looking a little scalpy. Yep. Maybe we just missed it. We don't know. You know, we don't know. But you know, if we missed it, then we missed it. Which would be a bummer, right? That would be a bummer, would it not? But we wait, you know, then we just wait. All right, so while we're waiting, let's do Ethereum. Because I know that you guys aren't watching this so that I can just stare at the charts and look for a scalp here. Let me just see this here. Okay. Yeah, this is looking like, you know, we missed it. The chickens are drinking there. All right, so let's go to Ethereum. And, man, you know. But it happens, right? It happens. Maybe we'll come back down to our 618, to our 786. Maybe we front ran it. Sometimes that happens where you front run the level. And if that does happen, you just wait for the next trade. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we already kind of dealt with local Ethereum in the beginning where we're looking for a long off this 0.618 level if we're getting the bullish divs here, which we did not get here. We did not come down to the level there, so we did not enter the trade there. But let's go more macro, okay? And let me just, I think I can duplicate these tabs, yeah. So for ETH and for Bitcoin, you know, what we want to do is, wow, this is a sloppy chart here. Same thing as we did for Bitcoin. So let's start on the weekly time frame and just mark out our levels. Go to the weekly. This is Ethereum. Zoom out here. And these are the weekly levels that I got for ETH. Okay, now again, we could do a weekly level right here at about 3,312, but we don't know yet, right? We don't know yet. And so we've got this resistance up here, right? This is a weekly level right at 3925.6. Then we've got this one right here at about 2702. Then we've got this one right here at about 2325. We've got this support down here at 1886. That was actually the year that Abraham Lincoln, no, I'm kidding, I don't know. Then we have 1688 right down here. We've got 1417 right down there. We've got 1311, then we've got 589. And these are the levels I've got for Ethereum. You can check them out if you want to. If you want to, you can check them out. And if not, well, that's all right too. Well, dang nabbit, you know, sometimes you wait for a nice trade setup and it just don't happen. But you know what? It could still happen, right? These trade scalps could still happen, and if they don't, well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. You gotta live with that. You ain't gonna catch every move, y'all. You ain't gonna do it. All right, so now let's do the dailies. The dailies. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So we do have this daily right here. Well, first of all, we've got the daily right here at about 40.82. The reason I don't have that other daily marked way at the top here, I guess it is important to mark as well. So 41.80. I don't know why I don't have that marked. Daily 41.80. And we got 40.81. That's a little trippy, right? 41.80 and 40.81. A little dyslexic there. Then we've got 33.75. And technically, guys, we did put in, I mean, look at this, right? We technically have just a zone of resistance right around here. We kind of got a daily right here at 33.25 that we rejected off of. And then we put in another daily right here at 33.13. Just something to keep in mind here, guys. We'll start because it's a general region, right? So we'll start region. We'll put a region. And then we've got I would say that this would be a daily support right here at 30.44. I would keep that on the old Chisnarts as well. Then I've got one here at 28.87. Got one at 27.68. Got one at 26.03. 22.77. 1965, 1775, 1585, 1420, 1042. Go ahead and screenshot these. Now again, guys, you know, there's a lot here, but really what we're looking for is confluence, right? We're looking for the confluence. We're not just, daily levels are great. You could definitely scalp them well, but we're looking for the confluence. We're looking for the confluence. We just want one more drop, like, and then get the chicken drink. Because we see the divergences forming here. We see them forming. We get a little scalp off of here. Just a little scalp. Okay. Those are the dailies. You'll be able to get these in the Discord after, you know. And then we've got the volume levels. So I've had 3 levels of volume for Ethereum. Level 1 is this right here, the volume from the May 19th range, where we've got the value area high. I've marked out some high volume node areas. I got the point of control and the value area low. You can go ahead and screenshot these if you want, but the value area high is 2821. The high volume node is 2585. The point of control is 2316. And then the value area low is 2128. And then we've got also, what do we got going on here? Aha. Come on. All right. We almost hit our Bitcoin level. So we hit our ETH level. We've hit our ETH level. We didn't hit our Bitcoin level, which makes me a little bit concerned. Because usually we want to hit these levels together. We want to hit them together. But, let's see here. We do want to hit those together. Dang. Alright, well, we hit our ETH level. We're getting a reaction off of the 0.65. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Now, if you're long, just put your stop loss down right here. Because if you get stopped out, then it's an insignificant little loss. But if we pump from here, then it's a nice little gain. So I am long in a very small profit. I want to get up, you know, a little bit higher there. Actually, you know what's interesting? I am long on Bitcoin from here too, because I'm longing on PHEMEX, and the PHEMEX order actually got hit. PHEMEX order actually did get hit. So let me, actually I can even, let's see what happens. It's not looking so great right now, is it? It's not looking so great right now. Oh, just stopped out. Dang. Let's see. But not for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still doing all right. All right. I'm actually not stopped out. I'm not stopped out on PHEMEX yet, because this is the Bybit chart. All right. I'm gonna go back to the TA here. I've got my take profits set and my stop losses set. So I think we can come up a little bit more here. As long as this momentum wave doesn't come down below this momentum wave, I think there's hope for us here, guys. I think there's hope for us here. I do indeed. Okay. Yeah. just took a little profit out on Bitcoin, which on PHEMEX, my entry was from the 786. So that's up about 0.25%. 25x. It's about 6% in profit right now. Limit in, limit out. I'm still in the ETH scalp. I think we can do it, guys. I think we can. Hang on here. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Firm. And then the ETH. Okay, this was, let's just, it's weird, the PHEMEX. I should actually probably switch to PHEMEX charts, right? I should switch to PHEMEX charts. So the Bitcoin scalp is well, because it's let's see here. My entry was right at the 786 at 46.30. Right down here. It didn't actually hit on the Bybit chart, but it did hit on PHEMEX. And the ETH chart on PHEMEX is a little bit different, so that trade's not doing as well here. But I've already taken out a little profit on the Bitcoin one and got the stop loss down there. So we'll see how it goes, y'all. And then ETH is not doing so bad right now. We've got the green dot. Let's see how it is on the 6 minute. Yeah, I think there's potential here, guys. I think there's some potential here to continue up. I really do. I do. Come on, blue candle. Come on! You can do it! You can do it, blue candle! This is so funny. Come on, blue candle. Come on. I really need to start trading on the PHEMEX charts if I'm going to trade on PHEMEX, right? Because you know, look at this, guys. Massive amounts of profit right now with this ETH long. This ETH long right here. Massive amounts. All right, guys. I know that you didn't. You're not here to watch me scalp. So I apologize. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Ethereum. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. Let me lock in a little profit here just real quick. Take 25% out, you know. And order submitted, order filled. Okay, got my stop loss in the right place. Yeah, my Bitcoin long is up 9%, but that's because that's 25x. The Ethereum is only 5x. Okay, back to Ethereum, guys. Whew. So these are the volume levels. This is the value area high, the high volume node, the point of control, the value area low, right? And then we've got the uptrend as well. We've got the uptrend. Where's the, okay, right here. Boom, the uptrend. The uptrend, we've got the value area high coming in right about, it's changed a little bit, right? Because we now need to pull it to here. We've got our value area high coming in right up here. It's actually moved quite a bit. So this was from last week. Yeah, this value area high right now is currently up all the way here at about 33 3331. And then we've got our POC right here. That's changed a lot, right? Because of all this volume trading in this area. This point of control is coming in right about 3154. Then we got our value area low down here at about 2440. And okay, so let me remove the old lines here. We'll keep this as a high volume node. This is the old point of control. Okay, we'll keep that here just for reference. Old point of control. We'll remove this old value area low, and we'll just now move these things into here. Okay. Boom, boom. Let's check this out here. Yeah. You know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Money flow's coming up. Momentum's coming up. I've got high hopes. I've got high hopes, guys. All right? Let's check out the 1 hour, actually. I've got high hopes, guys. I think we could come up more from here, right? Of course, we never touched the 786 on Bybit, which means we could come down lower, right? That was but we did get the bounce off the, look at this, guys, bullish div, golden pocket, yeah. Okay, not a bad move, not a bad move. And okay, so that's for Ethereum. And then we've got the Elon, that's the uptrend, and then we've got the Elon volume, which is still the same, it hasn't changed because we haven't gone back up there. So we've got the value area high at 41.97. The point of control at 39.38 and the value area low at 34.62. Okay. And okay. So if we put all these things together, we got the uptrend volume. Do we have any confluence? That's really what we're looking for. We can see that we're running into some pretty serious resistance right here. We've got the value area high and then the value area low of the Elon range right next to each other, right? This is some pretty significant resistance. Do we have any confluence now with the lower range? Not really. There's no real area of confluence like we had for Bitcoin with this volume. So these are just levels to keep in mind here. And then let's pull out some fibs because we want to find some important fib levels. We can pull fib from the all-time high up here down to the low. And we can see that we're coming up to a golden pocket area. That's a significant level. We can also pull out a fib from the not all-time high to the low right down here. Okay. And we can see that, yes, we are indeed running into some fib resistance, right? That 0.65 is currently acting as our fib resistance. So if we can break out of this 0.65, our next zone would be this golden pocket right here. Also, guys, if we just pull from this swing high to the low, we can see, do we see any confluence? No, not really. We don't. Okay. All right. Those are the big fib levels right there. If we come here, I got the fib pulls here. I've got that one. This fib pull is from this swing high right up here to this swing low down here. We've come above that now, so there's really no reason to have that left on our chart. We've got this fib pull here. That's the one that we're about to come up to. I was really hoping last night we would come into that fib. We've got this fib right here, which again, we've come above the levels. Did we come above the... We came above the 786, so I would say that this is no longer necessary either. The only thing now we can do is look for the local fib pull levels. So let's go down to a lower time frame and start pulling out a fib. First of all, we can see that we can pull, I would say, 3 fibs. More than that, okay, guys. We can pull a lot of fibs in this uptrend. We've seen we can really pull a lot of fibs in this uptrend. First of all, let's go to the 4 hour, maybe, not the 1 hour. We can obviously pull a fib from the swing high, the swing low down here to the swing high up here. And this has given us some really important levels of support. So we've got this 382 right here. And, okay. We've got this 382 right here. We've got this golden pocket right here. Then I would say we could pull our fib from, this is a significant swing low to the swing high. And, okay, so where did I pull that from? We could pull it from here. We could pull one from here. Really what I'm doing, guys, is I'm looking for confluence. So if I pull a fib from right here, right, this wick, this low wick right here, to the all-time high, right? We can see that we do have some confluence right around this 786 level, right? So this right here, I would say we could draw a line and say this is a 382 and 786, 2715, and so that's a key fib level right there. Let's turn on our volume. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I thought that was the point of control, but I am mistaken. Let's turn on this. Okay, so we do have some confluence right here. We have a value area high right in the 618 right here, guys. Okay? Value area high. 618. That's coming in at 2824. And then, of course, we've got the point of control right in this 618 right here. Okay, so right here, we've got a golden pocket and a 618. That's coming in at 2315. Right there. I still have high hopes for this, guys. You know, I've taken 50% out of both of the scalps because they're just scalps, right? We've got 4-minute red dots. We got to treat them like scalps. But if momentum can keep coming up here, then, you know, what the heck, right? I think we might still be able to come up higher. The Bitcoin, same deal. Momentum keeps coming up high as long as we don't drop below the initial point here. And even if we do drop below, we still got the bullish divs. You could always hop back in. Anyway, okay, so I'm accumulating some key levels right here. Let's also just check out the dailies and the weeklies to see if there's any more confluence. Yeah, okay, so we also have a daily right here. This is an important level. Let's see if we have any weeklies. And we have a weekly right here, guys. This is an important level right here. We got a weekly, daily at 382 and a 786 coming in right here at 2715, guys. And not only that, but it's the entire move, right? It's the 382 of the entire move to the upside, right? So that's important. That is important. Okay, that is important. Let's see what else we got going on. Okay, so all right, I'm officially stopped out of this trade in profit. I will not get back in right at this moment. And I cannot tell if I'm still in the ETH trade or not. I think I am. The Bitcoin long is closed. The ETH long is still open, guys, with positive realized profit. So, yeah, I think maybe the chickens are drinking for Bitcoin too here. But I guess I got stopped out of that trade in profit, guys. The ETH trade is still open, and at least my Bitcoin scalp was stopped out in profits. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, looking pretty bullish, right, guys? Looking pretty dang bullish. Looking pretty dang bullish. Well, I got stopped out of the Bitcoin trade, guys, and I'm not trying to get back into it right now because I'm not going to try and flop and grope. But if you didn't get stopped out of this, I think this is not a bad position to be holding right now. The ETH trade is looking pretty good as well. I'm glad I'm still in the ETH long. We'll see what happens here. Look at this. Look at that, guys. Chickens are drinking. See, should have waited. This is, I guess, why it's important to wait for the right level, because ETH, we did hit the level, but I longed from PHEMEX before we hit that 786 level, and we really got the nice reaction off the 786. We really did. Let's see if we can dump back down, maybe. Yeah. We don't really have a bullish div on the higher time frames. We don't have a bullish div on the higher time frames, guys, so I'm not really looking to flop into this scalp that I'm not in right now. I'm gonna hold the ETH one, not really looking to get back into the Bitcoin one. Okay. I guess it is important to notice that ETH is coming down to another important level, but sorry guys, I need to stay focused here. I apologize. I'm staying focused from now on. No more scalping during these streams. All right, so the most important levels, I would say, we do have a little bit more confluence right around this general area. We have a 618 level there as well. Let's just kind of see. Yeah, look, if we pull a fib from this swing high right here to the low, you can see that there's also a 0.65 level right in here as well. Okay, so this is just a key fib level in general. We'll just put that there's other fib levels here. Okay, value area high 618 fib. Right at that level, I think that's an important level of support if we happen to come down there for a juicy swing. Man, if anyone took this long based on the Bybit 786, congrats, because that's a nice scalp right there, is it not? If you had a limit right here, I mean, that's a nice scalp right there, seriously. And the ETH one isn't as nice, but it's still profit. So, you know, you can't complain about profit, can you? We've got a little bearish div coming up here on the 1 minute. Okay, so let's talk about longs and shorts. Longs and shorts. Let me remove all these fibs. And I'll make a folder called key levels. And we'll be, you guys will be able to import these. So these are the long trades I would most want to take for ETH, right? If we can come down to these areas, those are the levels that I would most want to long. First of all, that value area high, that 618, that key fib level. What we would want to see is really, we would want to see us be printing a bullish divergence as we come down to there. And we might not come down to there, guys. So just if price happens to dump down to there, that's what we'd want to see. In the local short term, right? If we want to find a good ETH trade, you know, I'm currently long right now. But if we do come down lower, you know, I'd be looking for the 382 for another scalp. I'd be looking for the 618 again. I'd be looking for the 786, obviously. You guys can get these local levels by pulling out your local fibs from local lows to local highs. You know, you could pull out the fib from there to there. You can pull out the fib from here to there. You know, obviously, if we find confluence at a specific area, that's how you know it's a better deal. But I'm really focusing on the swings. So the first long we want to take is this one from right here. If we happen to come down to this level, what we would do is obviously we would wait for bullish divergences. So we want to see price coming down, get the bounce, and then what we want to see is the bullish divergences, right? So we want to see us, obviously we'd have to come down, print a momentum wave, come up, come down again, print a higher momentum wave so that we see this happening while we see at the same time this happening. And then we would enter the trade, and TP1 for me would be here, TP2 would be right here, TP3 would be right here, and I would probably then hold the rest to hope that we get to a new all-time high. So this would be TP1, 2890, and TP2 would be 2987. And 3102. Okay. Yeah, let's do a little text here. Long from 2024. Enter with bullish divs. I would want to see them from, you know, the 6 minute to the 1 hour. Definitely you'd want to see them for this trade on the 24 minute, preferably 1 hour, at least. Then well, we got the TPs right there. So I'm going to go ahead and make a folder for this one. Long from 2824. Go ahead and drag these thingamabobbers in there. All right. Right. That's the thing. When we're in a strong downtrend, when we're taking longs like these, they need to be scalps. They need to be limit in, limit out scalps, right? The Bitcoin and the ETH, limit in, limit out. That's how you gotta have. That's what you're gonna do in order to have positive P&L. Like right now, for my Bitcoin position, even though it's a very small move, because I was able to limit in and limit out, I didn't have to pay the fees. Right? That's how we do it. That's how we got to roll. Then your account gets bigger, not smaller. Okay, so that's for ETH. That's the first long. The second long would be from this is a key level right here, guys, a very key level. Now, we need to keep in mind the fact that there's a wick here. The fact that there's a wick right here means that we could potentially swing failure pattern it, come down, grab the liquidity, and then come up, right? So there's two potentials that we could have here. Either we bounce directly off the level, it's a very strong level, or we come a little below the level and then the chickens start drinking water. So if you're unconfident, what you can do is if you see the divergence is forming, wait until we lose the level and then reclaim the level. All right, so we'll come down, zoop, and then deep, right? And it actually does make those sound effects as you're trading. We enter the reclaim of the level, we come up, we put our stop loss below the last swing low, and honestly, yep, if I was honest with you guys, you know, as I always am, right? Try to be, you know, with the Lord's help, I would TP1 early. I would TP1 at right here. I would TP2 right there. When I'm TPing these swing trades, right, I might take like 10%, 10%, 10%, and then let the 70% ride and like limit out little bits as I go. That's how I like to do it. That's how I like to do it. So, because then it's a guaranteed win and it takes all the pressure off. If you're holding these swing trades and your first take profit is way up here, let's say your first take profit is, you know, 6% move. I mean, then you're like glued to the charts. Yeah, it's like it's a drudgery. It's a drudgery to actually, come on, Ethereum, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Bitcoin, come on, come on. It's a drudgery. If you have it locked in, then it's all good in the hood. You know? So so enter long from 27.15. Enter upon bullish divs. Oh, I want to see them on the 12 to the 1 hour, at least. TP1 would be 27.66. I always get these telemarketer calls. TP2 would be 28.24, and then TP3 would be 28.86. And then, you know, lock it in and let it ride, you know. That's my motto for life. That's how Little Fib Casper was conceived. Lock it in and let it ride, y'all. Okay. So we are going to now make this a folder. Long from 27.15. That's a juicy level, right, y'all? Is that not a juicy level? That's a pretty juicy level right there. Let me see something here. If this ETH scalp fails, yeah. If this ETH scalp fails, guys, we have a super juicy level right here, by the way. If this scalp fails, you know, keep in mind that we've got a juicy level right here where we have an anchored VWAP and a 382 coming in right here at 31, I would say 31, between 31.69 and 31.72. You know, this is a potential long right here. I would say if this ETH scalp fails, be looking for this one here, guys. Be looking for this one right here. Let's go to a lower time frame. Yeah. If this ETH scalp fails, guys, the one I'm in right now, and it gets stopped out, I will be looking for a long from right down here. Okay. So this is a key level in my mind. You know, if we come down and we print a higher wave here, then this would be juice. This would be pretty juice right here. And then I would TP1. I would TP2 right about here on that wick. I would TP3 right up here and let it ride. I'm going to post this in the Discord. All right. We're in an ETH scalp now. So long as the bullish divergences are still there. It's a scalp. Boom. Boom. All right. All right. Enough of that. Enough of my concupiscence. All right. You guys don't know what that means. It means you don't read your King James Bibles. Concupiscence. All right, let me go ahead and put this stuff in a folder here. Oh man, it's hard to get it in a way where we can see, right? Oh, I've already, okay, I've already got it in a folder. And then finally we've got the long from. Dang it, you know, I have to be honest with you guys. I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset that I was not using the PHEMEX chart. I've learned my lesson, but I got this right here. Okay, not bad, not bad, but I could have had this. Okay, so let the lesson be learned that you should use the chart that you're trading on. But now that's a bummer that I have two separate charts, right? Or at least if you're only using one chart, well, yeah, I don't know. That's a bummer. Okay, so we've got that, and then we've got the last long setup from down here at this golden pocket 618. This one, honestly, guys, we would want to see the bullish divs. We would really want to see them on the 4-hour, I would say, time frame. Maybe we wouldn't see them on the 4-hour time frame. We would want to see a bit boy dot on the 4-hour time frame, or at least on the 3 or 2-hour time frame. We'd want all the things pointing up if we do happen to come down here. We want everything pointing up. So this would be the juiciest long we could take. It probably we won't come down here, but if we do, we need to have a plan for it, right? In which case, we want to see the bullish divs forming. I would TP1 right here, and I would TP2 right here in this consolidation area. So long from 23.15 entry, bullish divs on, well, I would say the 1 to 2 hour, bullish divs on the 12 to 24 minute. You know, we want to see everything looking bullish. All time frames must be looking bullish. That means the 4 hour looks like it's about to print a green dot. The 2 hour is probably printing a green dot. The 1 hour, same deal. And then TP1 would be 24.39. TP2 would be 25.91. TP3 would be 27.15. And then I just let it ride and hold it. And this would be now our swing position that we hold while we can scalp, right? Let me put that in a folder. Long from 23.15. Boom. All right, now the shorts, you know, the shorts are pretty much the same as they were. You know, we got this short here from that 618. We've got I'm sorry, from that 786. And I think I still have in the Discord, you know, the short from right here. I'll make sure to repost it, but yeah, I mean, from last week, yeah, these are the ones from last week. So this one right here, this is still pretty much the same, right? We come into that golden pocket and we lose it, right? This is still pretty much the same right here. Yeah, this one is still the same. So I'll go ahead and just put this one in here. And also, we do also have, you know, that same potential short from 39.25, that 786 level. This is, again, do we have confluence right here? Well, let's go to the daily time frame. Take a look. Yeah, I don't know if we have too much confluence right there. We do have a point of control right above us. Yeah, so we're shorting the 786, the weekly level, and the point of control. So there is confluence here, right? We've got the weekly and we've got the point of control. So we want to come up a little bit above that 786. We want to come up a little bit above that 786. In fact, let me real quick take everything else off the chart here. Except those levels that are pertinent. You like that word? Makes me sound smart, right? Except for the levels that are pertinent to our trade right here. And of course, everybody knows if you speak with the UK accent, Americans automatically think, I can't do it now. They think you're much smarter because you sound well studied, right? So, yes, I have to say, when I was studying at Brown, this is where I learned about the confluence and the point of controls and all these types of things. All right, so real quick, just so that we have a good shot for the disc, this is what we're looking to short, guys. Somewhere in this general area, okay? This is a region. Let's just make sure we know that this is a region. I think I need to make this text a little smaller. What do you guys think? There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move the text a little bit. And just go ahead and do this. And go ahead and put it in the Discord now while I've got this nice picture. Okay, now let me delete this. All right, so that's really it, guys. Those are the longs and the shorts I'm looking at for Ethereum. I've got my important key levels here as well as here. These, I would say, are the most important levels to be looking at. You can import these. I will add these levels after the stream, right? These are the really important ones here. And yeah, that's kind of it as far as that goes. Let me pop in the chat. Are we still even here? Is anyone still here? Wow, we still have 146 people watching. That's crazy. I can't believe that many people care to listen to me talk for 2 hours. Bitcoin DBSI is on the 12-minute. Let's check it out. Looking pretty bullish. Ethereum looking pretty dang bullish. Bummer that that trade didn't work out for me, guys. But you know, it's not so bad for me now. At least I'm in the ETH trade here, and you know, PHEMEX is very encouraging to me, I have to say, because PHEMEX has just told me now that I am on fire, baby. I am on fire, baby. I'll bet you I can make a YouTube short on this that just looks so epic, like every YouTube short I make. I'm just in this epic long right now, guys. You're never going to guess how I found it. Bullish divergence on the 618. That's every YouTube video I make right now, right? Nice, guys. Well, you know, Baruch Hashem, bless the Lord that although I failed on the Bitcoin scalp, at least I got out in a tiny win, and at least this Ethereum scalp is nice. Shout out to all y'all who took these with me, because they're pretty nice, right, guys? This ETH scalp is up a decent chunk of change right now. It's up a decent chunk. The old chunk. Give me a little chunk. Isn't it so weird though how the contracts on PHEMEX work? That is weird to me. All right. I have to say, the one thing I do like a little, look at that, guys, the 382. Perfect resistance, too. Isn't that cool? The one thing I do like about PHEMEX is that when you close out your position from the phone, there's a slider for the percent. Instead of how on Bybit, if you want to take out like 15% of a trade or 30%, you actually kind of have to do the math because they only let you do 10, 25, 50, 75, and 100% with the quick buttons. But PHEMEX has this slider where you can just slide. You know, you can slide it from side to side. All right. Let's talk about XR Pizzle, guys. XR Pizzle, and I don't really have too much time to go over it, but this is the 1 hour time frame. XR Pizzle, hidden bullish divergence. Hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour here. Okay. Hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour. We're coming down to an important fib level. Let me do this. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, that's unfortunate, guys. Well, you know, looks like I missed an XR Pizzle scalp off the 786. Bullish div. I'd say that we're probably going to come up for XRP, ETH, and XR Pizzle. Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP. Let's check out the 4 hour. 3 hour. 2 hour. Let's check out the 24 minute. Let's check out the 12 minute. 6. You know, definitely a good scalp to be had here on the 6 minute, guys. As we came down to that 786. Yeah, this would have been a nice scalp to take. I missed it. I'm not in it. That's okay. So really for XRP, guys, you know, because I haven't been trading this for too long, I need to get back in the groove of doing my daily TA. Right now, these are my key confluence levels on the chart right here. I've got the, let me turn off the fibs. We got a golden pocket right here. We've got a 618 right above us. We have a golden pocket, a daily, and a value area high down below us. Those are the three most levels of confluence. We've got our value. We got our volume levels here. You know, we got that point of control down there. We've got the dailies. We've got the weeklies. And that's kind of it right now. I'm still getting back into the groove. Like, you know, for Ethereum and Bitcoin, I spend so much time looking at the charts in the groove of things that I don't really necessarily need to. I need to take some time just to kind of watch XRP and learn its quirks, because you guys know Bitcoin has some quirks. And man, I would love to come down. If XRP comes back down, let's say we get a good old green dot, up a little, red dot, then another green dot like this, and we come up a little and then come like this. That is the long I would take for XRP right now. That is the long I would take for XRP. And the short that I would take for XRP is from 1.4128, this 618 up here. But really, for XRP right now, Um, I would want to wait until we got a bullish div, maybe if this thing flops over, right? The VWAP flops. We got the floppy woppy instead of the happy wappy. I like that, actually. I'm going to start saying that, the floppy woppy. If we get the floppy woppy and then we get a bullish div as we come down into the 618, I would take that trade right there. In fact, let me post this in the Discord. Potential scalp, or really a potential long in general. I would TP1 right here at this previous wick. Then I would shoot for TP2 right here, and then what the heck? Make that resistance TP3. Yeah, I would take this long right here. Oh yeah. If we get a retracement into the golden pocket with bullish divs on the 6 to 24 minute. All right, guys. Well, you know what? I'll tell you something. Trading and TA sometimes are contradictory to each other, because I missed out on, at least I got this one scalp in, right? I missed out on the Bitcoin scalp, which is doing better than the Ethereum scalp, right? In fact, I know that I'm short for Bitcoin. Let me just go check on that short. Save that. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and save that. Check on my Bybit. Short up 43% still. I'm going to take a chunk out of my Bitcoin short, just another 10%. I always like to be adding and accumulating profit. I shouldn't be mad about the Bitcoin long, because my other Bitcoin long right now from 34K is up a lot. So I'm not going to be upset about it, guys. I'm going to be happy about it. All right, let's see if we have any questiones in here. And then we'll dip out. Steve knows. Yeah, Steve knows. The reason I started trading XRP again is because of you, man. So thanks. Thanks for making it happen, bro. What's going on, Steve? What's going on, J-Boy Bullish? Yeah, Ryan, hey, anytime I could take a scalp live, I'll do it. The problem is, people always say, hey, Jay, why don't you scalp live? It's like, it's not every day I get to enter a scalp live, They don't always show up. And I don't just scalp willy-nilly. Like, I got to wait for my I got to wait for my confirmations and stuff like that. So, yeah. But I'm glad I got to do it. The last time we took a trade live was a long time ago. It was an epic short. And we took it, I I don't know if anyone remembers that, but there was a yellow X. Market Cipher A did a yellow X right on the 5 hour. So yeah, it was pretty epic. Do I put all my fibs on one time frame? They can get a bit cluttered sometimes, asked Bruce B. Do I? No, I don't. It really depends. Like, it depends on how many. It depends. If I'm looking for local pulls, right? Then like this one you could pull it on the 6 minute, but you have to understand that it doesn't really matter what time frame it's on, because you're going from low to high, right? You're going from low to high. It doesn't matter if I pull that fib from low to high on the 6 minute or if I pull it on the 45 minute. That low and that high are still the exact same. I could pull it on the 2 hour. That low and that high are still the exact same. The only thing is, on the lower time frame, you'll be able to see more detail, right? So like, for example, on the 3 minute, you'll be able to see enough detail where, you know, you pull your fib from this high to this low, and or let's even say from this high to the low, and see that we're rejecting right off the local 382. You can just get a little bit more detail. You can still do it on the 1 hour. It's just a little harder to see, right? It's a little bit harder to see, but you can still do it from that wick to that wick. Boom, rejection perfect off where? The 382, which actually, guys, just so you know, is a good take profit, because the 382, if we're in a trend, if this is truly a downtrend and not an uptrend, the 382 is usually where we will retrace in a trend, but definitely take some profit there. I'm not saying to close the long. Let's see what else we got in here. Can I give tips on overcoming the urge to get into a trade? I find myself jumping into trades, winning and losing, but I don't wait for prices to come to levels, says Amon Farhan. Yeah, so here's what I do. You guys saw me on this stream where it looked like we were leaving. It looked like the boat was taking off without us, right? This purple wick right here, it was a massive pump. I don't know if you guys remember. Let's go to the 3 minute chart. Right before we even got to our level, all of a sudden, and even I said, looks like the chickens are drinking without us. I said, I'm not going to long it until we get to the level. Same with Ethereum, right? We come down to the lower time frames. It looks like right here we were just blasting off, right? We had the bullish divergence. It looked like we were blasting off. I didn't take the long until we got to the 618, because if you lose enough money, you will start to just get patient, and you have to also think to yourself, look, our goal here is to make money, not to always be in a trade. If you're always trying to be in a trade, you're exposing yourself to more risk, and if you're exposing yourself to more risk, there's a greater chance that you'll take a loss. Instead, we want to expose ourselves to the highest probability setups with the lowest amount of risk. So, for example, if I'm going to cross the street, I'll wait until I don't see any cars and look both ways, as opposed to just running across the highway without looking, right? That's how you have to think about it. If I always make sure to wait for no cars and make sure I have the highest probability of surviving when I cross the street, I'm going to do much better than if I'm just always trying to cross the street. Interesting. DBSI on the 12 minute has a 30. Is that for ETH or Bitcoin? Wow. Oh, wait. Okay, that ETH. I want to see Bitcoins. We got a 25 right now. Yeah, resist the urge to overtrade. It's discipline. Honestly, discipline is, in the course, the first thing I say in the first session is learning how to trade is easy. it's objectively easy to say, hey, we're coming to a golden pocket with a bullish divergence, and if we get there, I'm going to long it. Objectively, it's easy to do that, but psychologically, it's hard. It's hard to have the discipline to say I'm only going to enter a trade if it's a good trade. But if you keep losing money, eventually you'll learn. I'd rather not be in a trade and keep money than be in a trade that's not a good trade. Steve says XRP might be cold for a bit because there were a lot of bears that lost a lot of money over the past 3 days. Good to know, Steve. Thanks, man, for being here. Let's see, we got any other questions in here? And if not, we'll chop off the stream. J-Boy Bullish shouted out a call in the chat. I don't have a timeline of all these chats here, and I don't check them when I'm doing all this. Adrian M says, in my opinion, do I think we're likely to break 48.2 resistance? Yeah, I think it's likely. You know, I think the next time we get up to there, we're going to go through it. That's what I think. I don't think we'll reject off there again. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to Bar None Off Grid. I had a good weekend, my friend. I hope you did too. Okay. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Sloth Poop. What's up, Radu? What's up, Steve? If you're still in here. Radu asks, aren't hidden divergences usually for continuity? Yes, they are indeed. They're for continuity and not reversal, but a lot of times a hidden divergence will kind of seem like a reversal because, check it out, you know, like for example, the Bitcoin long from last week, when we got the hidden div like this, right, we got the hidden divergence right here, which made for an epic long. It really was. It was a continuation pattern, but from a zoomed in perspective, it was a reversal, right? Because we have our low, our high, our higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, you know, even now a higher low. But if we had been just day trading this, I mean, from August 8th all the way to August 12th, that's 4 days. You know, basically we're in a downtrend, a local downtrend for 4 days. So it seems like a reversal, even though in a larger time frame it's a continuation. So that's why the best setups are going to be where you have the hidden div mixed with the regular div, which is kind of like what we had going on here for this scalp, right? One of the reasons why we in the beginning of the stream, what we were looking at is we had the hidden div forming here, right? We had the hidden div forming, price is getting higher, momentum's getting lower, and then if you remember at the beginning of the stream I said I don't want to long it until I see a regular div on like the 6 minute is preferably what I wanted. So the hidden div in my mind is like the foreshadowing, and the regular div will be your launching point. Who's this Hodu guy that everyone like makes memes about? I've literally never seen him. Shout out to Bruce B. Yeah, I appreciate your comment, man, and I try and make it simple. The simpler you can make your TA, the better. You know, people out there do some really complex stuff, and that's good if it works for them. For me, good old support and resistance, good old Market Cipher, and it works pretty dang well. Crypto Dad, Jason, thanks for sharing. Thanks for being here, Crypto Dad. YouTube channel says, I find myself in a bearish bias and looking for major downside. How do you shake this? YouTube channel, the way I shake this is the way I shake it is, you just mark the levels on your chart, man, and trade what the chart says. Like, trade what the chart says. I mean, if we're coming down to a support, and you have a bullish divergence, then take the long. Wow, look at this. I didn't even see this, but we wicked down right to the DBSI thingy. I didn't even see that. When we took that long, when did we long that? Was that Friday? Was that Friday where we took this ETH long? I don't remember. But, we wicked right down to the DBSI thingamajig. Yeah. Or, if you only have a bearish bias and you only want to short, then what you got to do is you got to invert your scale. I'm not even kidding. If you can't shake the bias, invert your scale on Market Cipher and the price action, and then short all day, and you'll actually be longing, right? Short all day, and you'll actually be longing. You could even reverse the colors if you have to. Have two layouts. One chart layout, reverse the colors of the candles and Market Cipher, and make it upside down. All you got to do is right-click and go to Invert Scale. Invert Scale. But really, you have to approach the markets objectively. As a holder, well, no, you have a bearish bias. You have to approach them objectively and say, look, it's more likely that look at this price action on the 1 hour time frame. For the past, few days, we've been in an uptrend. But the uptrend has really, if we're scalping and day trading, we have equal amount of upside and downside pretty much. Just think of it objectively. Say, look, there's an equal probability that we might come down for a nice scalp or up. And so just mark your levels, and if we're coming into a resistance with bearish signs on Market Cipher, short, and if we're coming down to a support with bullish signs, long. Don't ever short a support. I mean, you can. It's very rare that I short a support or long a resistance. I do it sometimes. But Market Cipher really has to be giving you the clearest confirmations in the world. Like every time frame is pointing in the same direction. Money flow is getting super thick on the low time frames. Yeah, you can't approach this market with a bias. You'll get chopped up. Hodu is trading right now. Oh, CryptoFace found him. I used to watch him during CryptoFace streams. I have no idea what's driving SOL to the moon. I don't really follow SOL. Yeah, Steve knows I don't have time, man, to follow a lot of coins. Right now, I'm adding XRP to the mix. Oh, YouTube channel has bearish fear. Yes, that thing on DBSI is some kind of moving average. I think it might be... Well, let's find out. Or maybe it's an EMA, right? Who uses regular MAs anymore? Not I. Looks like a 200 EMA. Yeah, it's a 200 EMA. That's what it is. Well, if you have a bearish fear, just do what me and good old Steve knows do, where if you see a good long setup, take the long setup, lock in profit early, move your stop loss to the entry, and just take little chunks out along the way up. I mean, I longed Bitcoin early down here because I was using a Bybit chart in a PHEMEX exchange. So I took the long from here. I literally, when we were getting up high, like 0.36%, I took out a chunk of the trade, moved my stop loss to the entry. Yeah, I got stopped out, but I got stopped out in a tiny little profit. So like it was a risk-free trade and still was a win, even though it was a totally insignificant win. It's still a win. So, you know, that's what you got to do. We got a hidden bullish div right here on the 1 minute for Bitcoin. That's a continuation kind of pattern. It looks like we just need to cool off a little bit here, if I had to guess. We got the money flow looking like it's going to curve up on the 3 minute here. When do you take profit to cover the fees, move yourself? Well, here's the thing, YouTube. You got to make sure that, first of all, ideally you would want to limit in, right? Like both of those scalps I took, I had the limit order set before I got in. The reason my limit got triggered here instead of at the 786 is because we hit the 786. Well, how do I explain this? We hit the level on PHEMEX that the 786 is on Bybit. So my limit got triggered. Okay, and I was in the trade, and then I just had a limit order set. You know, you just set limit orders on the way up, and if you take 25% out of your trade on the way up here, I mean, there's no way that the market order of your stop loss is going to take more than 25% of your trade if you limit it in. If you market it in, then you could run into some serious issues. Limit in, limit out. You know, remember that song from Barney? Limit in, limit out. That's what trading's all about, with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. That's what you got to do. That is what you got to do. How do you set your stop loss for a limit order? Well, if you're on PHEMEX or if you're on Bybit, you can do a limit order with a stop loss. And if you place the limit order, then go to orders and then edit that order and you can add a stop loss. You can add a stop loss. Is there any way we could try group scalp sessions, sort of like the beeper? Well, I do post them in my Discord, like when I'm eyeing up a scalp, and when I enter. The problem is it's hard, like you know, even yesterday, like with the ETH scalp and the Bitcoin scalp, like I do try and post them in advance, right? Like this, I posted in advance. This is what I'm eyeing up. When it happens, you know, I tell y'all when I long it. But it takes like a few minutes, and if the chickens are drinking, if the chickens are drinking, by the time I type in, hey, I'm long here, like, you know, the chickens have already drunk. So I don't know, is there any difference between a beeper and this? Maybe I could have a Telegram group or something. Then all the scammers would really have a field day, because all the scammers try and make people join my fake Telegram group. Yes, the stop loss is a market order YouTube channel. So the thing is, your stop loss is a market order, which means you're going to be taking more of a loss. But you're setting your, like, you have to think of it as this. We're looking for the highest probability trade setups here, right? And because we're looking for the highest probability trade setups, if we're coming down to a 786 with bullish divergences as we're coming down to it, right? And you have your limit order set here with a stop loss, okay? And you can make your stop loss a little bit looser. Like sometimes I'll even do like a 10% of my position stop loss, because you never know where that low is going to go. But you're just stacking the probabilities in your favor. Yes, there's a risk, but if you're not risking more than 1% of your account, then you'll be okay even if you take the loss. But you're saying, look, we're coming to a fib level. We have the bullish divergences. I know this is a high probability setup. Therefore, I'm going to take the risk. And your hope is that the stop loss doesn't get hit. And most of the time, if you have a good setup, meaning you're getting your confirmations as we're coming to your level, most of the time your stop loss is not going to get hit. Because a lot of the times we do have some kind of crazy reaction like this, right? We get some kind of significant chicken drinking water thing here, which is what's nice about having these levels with the divergences, because they're so reactive. You don't have to sit there and draw down forever. You just let the chickens drink. And it's like, you know, I remember yesterday with this ETH trade, I ended up, I forget what I ended up doing, but, you know, within a few minutes, literally from 109 to 129. So in 20 minutes, 24%. I mean, instead of just sitting there forever waiting. And then you lock it in. And then you could even move the stop loss into profit. If you move the stop loss, you know, if you enter here at the 786, you're in drawdown for a split second, the chickens drink. Now you take profit 1, you move the stop loss to the entry. Let's say you take a little bit more profit out because we came up to the golden pocket. Now instead of moving the stop loss to the entry, just move the stop loss a little bit in profit. Then you don't have to worry about the market order at all. But if this is too complicated, because the thing is, scalping can be complicated, especially if you're not good using the exchange with setting the limit orders, and if you're not confident in setting the limit orders, then don't focus on scalping right now. Focus on those swing trades, like the ones that I'm looking at here to potentially trade this week. Focus on those. One good swing trade is going to be a lot. You know, if you just wait for those scalping is riskier than swing trading. In my mind, swing trading is where the bread and butter is, right? I'm short from up here, literally, right? It's so chill now. It's just so chill. Whatever happens now, it's all good. I can just take a little more profit out of my short. And you guys also know I'm long from super down low. So again, whatever happens, I have unrealized profit that I can always realize. If I lose a scalp, I just refund my account from the unrealized profit in one of my swings. And I'm hedged in very nicely. And really, I don't even have to scalp. To be totally honest with you guys, one of the main reasons I scalp is because I have a YouTube channel. People want to see me trade. I'm not even kidding. It's just to build the channel. And it's fun. I enjoy doing it. But if I was trading, yes, it's fun. Yes, it can be easy too if you know what you're doing. But if you're a beginner, I wouldn't focus on doing it. I wouldn't focus on doing it. I would focus on learning how to swing trade on the larger time frames. And because it's the same thing. Swing trading and scalping is the same thing. The only thing that changes is how much time you have to prepare and get in and get out. And so the less time you have to do those things, the more room there is for error. You know what I'm saying? Okay, JD Daniel says, don't try Telegram. Is there a way to set a stop loss as a limit order? Yes, but you have to make sure that no, well, it's riskier because you have to set a conditional limit order, which when price hits a certain area, then it will trigger a limit order to get put into the order book. And then you have to hope that that limit order gets triggered, right? So it's risky. It's much riskier for the losses. It's much riskier. Divergence's cheat sheet, asks Cody. Well, yeah, if we go to, you guys ever hear this website called Google.com? Here we go. Regular hidden. Here you go, Cody. What's going on? Oh. Okay, the URL is way too long here. Well, just Google it. Just Google it. Yeah. Yeah, race fan. Like, there's no guarantee. That's the thing. Like, the whole purpose of a stop loss is to stop the loss. So if let's say that you're trying to scalp and you're going to limit in, right? And let me remove DBSI right now. You're gonna scalp. You're gonna limit in, and where do we enter this scalp here for Ethereum? Somewhere down in here, right? You're basically banking on the fact that you have a good setup. Going into the trade, you should be confident already that, yes, I know I see my divergences, I know I have my confirmations, I know I'm at a key fib level. Therefore, I know this is a high probability setup, and so I'm willing to take the loss with the market order, you know. That's how you have to look at it. And losses happen, guys. Losses happen all the time. And I would say most of my losses happen when I'm scalping and something's off. Most of my losses happen when I'm scalping and something's off, where I miss something, or I'm too early, or I'm too late. Like today, my Bitcoin, what happened? I was using the wrong chart, and I missed the move. I missed the move. My limit order got hit too early, and because I made a mistake, it was user error, right? That's okay. When else did I take a loss? A few weeks ago, I remember I made a video about my scalping strategy, posted it on YouTube. I took 4 trades that day, and one was a loss, and it ended up would have been a really awesome trade. But I had my stop loss too tight and took a loss. It happens, right? So, you know, if you're going to be scalping, you got to make sure that, first of all, you're using good risk management, that you're okay with taking that loss because you know that the next trade is going to recover from that loss. And secondly, you need to be confident in your setup. You cannot just enter a scalp willy-nilly. For me, at least, you need to make sure you have a level and the confirmations on Market Cipher. And if you have those two things, if you have your level and your confirmation, then you're good to go. Right, so how does it work with Market Cipher, Cody? Yeah, it works with any oscillator. It works with any oscillator, like Radu says. It doesn't have to be Market Cipher. It could be the RSI. It could be the McDonald's. But the thing about Market Cipher that I really like is the fact that it gives much more accurate signals than the RSI, because you can see the VWAP, you can see the money flow, and you can see the momentum waves. And especially that money flow. If money flow is coming up while price is coming down, that's powerful, man. That's super powerful. I mean, look at this, right? Let's take a look at this. This is why the RSI is not going to get you in as good trades as Market Cipher. We got the price coming down to a fib level. And we've got the money flow coming up. That's a powerful divergence right there. That is a powerful divergence. And we can even see now, continuing upwards, that the money flow is still coming up, right? We can see the money flow is still coming up here. And this is one of the things that makes Market Cipher so beastly. I mean, you know, look at this, you know. As soon as we get that money flow cross on the 3-minute, boom, we drop. Right? As soon as we get the money flow cross on the 3-minute upwards, boom, we pump. You know? The RSI cannot do that. And combine it with the momentum waves and the VWAP and the regular RSI, you got yourself a pretty nice set of indicators there. And personally, I don't really use the RSI. I used to only use the RSI and the MACD. Now that I have Market Cipher, I just don't find a need for those things. Okay, so YouTube channel says this. Right now we have a red dot on the 2, 3, 4 hour, green dot in the 30 minutes. So which one do you really trust? Well, YouTube channel, what that tells me is that you should not be looking to enter a swing trade right now because you're having mixed signals. If anything, you would look to enter a scalp long, or you would stay in your swing short from higher, right? Because you only want to really enter a swing trade if everything's pointing in one direction. If we're in a downtrend, which we clearly have been since we came up to 48.2K, right? Which happened a while ago, I guess. But let's say we're in a local downtrend from last night. I wouldn't be, you know, for me, I wouldn't be looking for shorts at all, right? If I would hold my shorts and only look for scalp longs on important fib levels with divergences like this. And this is a 3-minute time frame. And so what we want to do is, we know the higher time frames are bearish. We know we're in a downtrend. But then, you know, okay, we recognize the fact, okay, we're in a downtrend. We're in a local downtrend from yesterday morning in a downtrend. I'm sorry, this morning actually, right around midnight, been in a downtrend. But the 30-minute is showing us that we are actually looking like we might be forming a bottom soon, right? A bottom soon. As we're coming down to our 786, we could say we're forming a bottom soon. And we know that price doesn't ever just go straight down. We know it goes down a lot, up a little, down a lot, up a little, down a lot, up a little in a downtrend. And so if we're coming down a lot and then Market Cipher saying, oh, we're about to form a bottom, that means we're going to get some kind of retracement before we come down more if the trend is going to continue. That's where we can take the scalp longs. Now, one of these scalp longs is going to be the reversal point. That's usually going to happen when the 4-hour looks like it's about to print a green dot, and the 2-hour looks like it's about to print a green dot, and the 1-hour. Okay? So, you know, keep in mind, like right now, on, you know, let's take a look at, for example, XRP is a good example of this. The 1-hour looks like it's about to print a green dot here, okay? But it's possible that, you know, right now, if we see something like this, where we're come down, get the divergence on the 24-minute like this, and also that 1-hour is about to print the bottom, that's how you know, all right, let's take a little long, even though we can clearly see that we've been in a downtrend, that money flow's coming down, that momentum waves are coming down on the higher term time frames. All it really means, YouTube channel, is that we're not looking to enter into some kind of swing trade. It's helping us identify our environment. If we're looking for longs on the way down, we know they're going to be scalps for the retracement. And we're only going to be looking for that big old swing long when we see this start to happen, right? The wave starts to form. We haven't gotten the green dot yet, but the wave starts to form. The 2-hour wave is really starting to curve over. The happy wappy gets less floppy woppy, more happy. The 1-hour is really starting to green dot us, you know. That's why I say this would be such a good entry. And we could potentially hold that first swing trade if we get that setup, which we might not. So really, it's all about coming up with your plans, marking your levels, and then when we get to those levels, you have to learn how to read the lower time frames through the lens of the higher time frames, and you will learn. I don't know if you've taken the course YouTube channel, but if you have, then I'm sure that I mean, I know for certain I go over all this stuff in the course. Why not long longs? Yeah, or you could long longs. You could long longs too, just like Steve Knows says, right? I mean, I'm long right now. I'm literally in 3 Bitcoin longs right now, and 1 short. And I just longed while I was in 3 Bitcoin longs. I took another long. So it's like you can long and short, do all this stuff, have multiple accounts. It's a good time. All right, guys. Well, I'm actually going to have to cut this because we've been on for 3 hours. And okay, but Roster Fondar wants to know, you can't hedge on inverse perpetual. You need sub accounts or multiple accounts. That's how you do it. Sub accounts or multiple accounts. Blessings, Cody Ramsey. Thanks for being here. Yeah, that's how you do it. All right, guys. I'm going to peace out. But if you have any questions, let me know in the Discord. All right, peace.